Where do you want me at? I'm at 44 Kipling now. It can be anything from crimes against a person, crimes against property, and that also includes animals. In the state of Colorado, it is a mandatory arrest, so that tells law enforcement that if we get there, we have all the elements of a crime's been committed, we know who committed the crime, the victim has had an intimate relationship, we have the elements of the domestic violence enhancer, then we make the arrest. It's a mandatory arrest. Once an arrest is being made, it's not uncommon for the victim to want to recant what was said, because they don't want to see the loved one, no matter how bad of a relationship it is somebody they still love. They don't want to see them go to jail. So we as law enforcement, then we present the charges to the court on behalf of the victim. So the victim can say, I don't want to cooperate, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to be a part of this. We still make the arrest. So that's where the mandatory arrest comes in, so we step in front for the victim. That person will go to jail, and then depending on the history of the suspect, he may get bail that night or he may have to be held for a few days. That's up to the court. When a person who has been charged with domestic violence does get out, so whether it be a bail, a PR bond, or however the court deems necessary, there is always a mandatory protection order in place for that victim. We get calls from people saying, my neighbors are having a verbal argument, I can hear them screaming and yelling. Okay, well, first of all, there's no law against having a verbal argument. You know, it happens. We get there, we listen to what our RP has to say, we go to the house, we knock on the door, nobody answers. Well, then we're going to look around. Do we see anything that could support anything other than a verbal argument? If we can't do that and nobody wants to come to the door and we're not hearing anything that would alarm us, then yes, we're going to have to walk away. If we get there and let's say our RP says, you know what, I've been hearing banging, it's been going on for hours, I hear somebody screaming, help me, or they hear somebody say, I'm going to kill you. If we can develop what we call exigent circumstances, that we believe that somebody is in that house that could be hurt or in need of medical attention, then yes, then under certain circumstances we may force entry into that house. But a lot of times the RP, who may be a next door neighbor, may have been living with this for a long time. You know, so it's very, very important that when you're listening to these things, if you can get a tape recorder out, you know, use your phone, video record, photos, anything that could help us to maybe rise to that level of exigency that we could use, then that just helps us. Call early, don't wait. A lot of people will say they thought about it and then they call hours later. We've even had some people call days later. If your gut is telling you there's a problem, call us. Don't wait. It's easier for us to go out there in the early stages of it and help and maybe prevent something happening down the line. If all we have now is an argument, maybe we're able to intervene and get them some services to help them fix their relationship. So I think it's important that if you see or hear something that you believe may be rising to the level of a crime, that you let us know so we can get there and make the proper determinations, and then to get the family whatever resources they need so that they can move on in life.